evening, Nigeria. Sincere apologies again. I'm also going to continue to apologize to that every day. Welcome to Updates with Precious. Today is Sunday, so we have our Sunday tonic in the house. Prince Francis Chilaka. Prince Francis Chilaka, good evening and thank you so much for joining us. Welcome, sir.
Precious, how are you?
I could be better. I
This
could.
excitement. This excitement is like somebody working for Bola Ahmed Tinubu or working
You
under
say,
Wiki. Each of them.
you say, you say, waiting. Walking under who? Wiki. How are you? I hope you had a good weekend, a restful weekend.
I tried to.
You,
Can see
you,
I'm even
you
sleeping
look
now.
like you're just waking up from sleep.
I'm sleeping now.
I'm sorry
This
I
is what
woke
Nigeria. This is what Nigeria has caused now. We can't be talking about Nigeria problem without falling asleep.
You're welcome. Let me run them through quickly. That's some of the stories we have. So your brother, while you were away, your brother Peter Obi is under attack. Oh. People are dragging him. Oh. That why did he make a certain statement? Why did he say that Yahoo boys are geniuses? That they need redirection and not condemnation? Eh? Why would he say a thing like that? Well, that's one of the conversations we'll have tonight. And then moving on, if I'm kidnapped, don't pay ransom. Plateau cleric tells followers. And then, despite restraining court order, Lagos demolishes over 70 houses in Oworonshoki. In fact, armed policemen, thugs attack Oworonshoki residents as Lagos government task force resumes demolition. And I'll show you footages of that. Falana condemns Lagos government for illegal demolition of several properties in Oworonshoki despite restraining court order. And then Kano Hisba cancels court ordered wedding between TikTokers. I don't know if you saw that those TikTokers. I didn't want to talk about this anyway. Yeah, they may force them say they must marry by all means, but the Hisba don't cancel them now. Sharia law will force them say they must marry. Tinubu government attributes easing food prices to rising production. And then NDA arrests Pretty Mike others in Lagos drug party raid. Soludo has lost public confidence now buying votes, Bolaji Abdullahi ADC said. So, factional crisis deepens in Adamawa ADC as parallel caretaker committee emerges. Same thing also in Kebbi State. So, what's wrong with ADC right now? Now, this thing don't reach ADC. Unmet demands, resident doctors begin indefinite strike November 1. Now, Prince Francis Chilaka, before we jumping on the major conversations or these conversations that we have there, make I quickly tell you something. So, no, do your brother, people just the drag am home. Then talk, say, one community for inside Anambra State. Say, in talk, say, in do um, hospital for them, for that community. But say the hospital won't do. In fact, he did the hospital and he claimed that it was the first general hospital that community has ever had. And it was so good and all. But guess what? The community people come and say, na lie you na hush. Then go to the building after the commissioning. Wait till there na only wait till they call am. Only building. No hospital equipment, no nothing inside the place. Only building. And then they shout out, hey, so no do have scale. So in people come begin track am for social media. Say, how can you be scamming people over this? But is it a scammable offense? Sorry. Is it an offense that sounds like a scam, sir? Eh? Is it not just that he was trying to, market his business? Sir?
Precious.
Hello, sir, can you hear me?
What is the business of
Sorry,
Soludo?
sir.
What is it that he wants to market? He wants to market lies, deception. Is that what he wants to market? Can you hear me?
Eh, I can hear you, sir.
When these politicians talk sometimes, I think they just believe that Nigerians are stupid and that Nigerians are myopic and that Nigerians don't have common sense. So as a result, they just say whatever they want to say, and they expect you to take it, without thinking, without questioning what they do. And the problem we've had with leadership in this country is the fact that the leaders don't want to be questioned, don't want to be held accountable. And it is that spirit of not wanting to be accountable that makes them push any narrative out to the people. And then they have their media urchins spreading the lies, and all of that. So for me, I've always said that, I've been waiting for Japan and China that Soludo promised. I've not seen that. I've been waiting for that, and
I think I've seen two messages on it.
I would say that
Just do it quickly, I beg you.
I would say just like Peter Obi has consistently said that all you need is 4 years to bequeath something, a legacy to either your state or to the nation. We see what OT is doing in Abia State. We don't need too much. You don't need too much media hype. You don't need too much razzmatazz. You're seeing it, and unfortunately, the Anambra people today are faced with you know, on one hand, they have the APC man who, over time, has been said to be a chronic debtor. And then on the other hand, you have a Professor Charles Soludo, who, uh, even his professorship right now, we don't even understand it anymore. And then I keep asking myself, why is it that people who are much more learned and educated, why is it that when they get into governance in Nigeria, they end up not having anything to offer to the people?
But him built the hospital now.
And
It's just that maybe
in
he
all of
never
this,
did fully equipped because sir,
if Valentine had been patient enough and picked up the ticket of, say, Labour Party where he
Labour
was,
Party.
and then with all this new convergence, this new coalition, and then drifted into ADC, would have had said yes, okay, this is someone that would have given Charles Soludo and Kachukwu a run for their money. But as it is today, um, well, the ADC candidate is here, is talking, is all of that, but in terms of projects, Charles Soludo has not done well. He has not done well. We should
So are
stop.
you saying that
To stop
because of
deceiving
that
the
small thing when
Nigerian
you talk, he did deserving to get this dragging, really the dragger?
Well, the people are becoming more conscious of the day. The people are getting to understand leadership. The people are getting to begin to understand that they need to question those who have taken up the mantle of leadership. So gone are the days when you just come and say, "Oh, I built 50 boreholes." People will tell you, "Oga, we don't even see bore, call him a hole." You know, but for me, it's dynamics of democracy. Um, I'm looking forward to a situation where we have the power under democracy return to the original owners, and the original owners are the people. Until we do that, everything government is doing, whether from federal to state to local government, is just nonsense. Power must come back
All
to
right, sir.
people. And the only way the people can hold on to
Well,
power also is to begin to question their leaders the way they are doing right now.
well, people they talk saying that Peter B actually built that hospital, but saying just renovate and come saying the equipment. But meanwhile, nothing like that really happened
Has he
until
told
just
us how much he
successes.
used in renovating it? He never tell us now. So we can know how he own. We can immediately renovate International Conference Center. And he name am. He give am new baptism. And so they renovate National Theatre, baptize am, carry name give am. And that of National Theatre is very, very it's appalling because this is a man who has said that he will never take an award and all of that. Then suddenly Tiwantiwa gives him an award and he accepts. I mean, that shows you the level of mediocrity some of our so-called highly esteemed individuals portray to the society.
All right, so let's get straight to the crux of the matter because there's no time. So we have just very few conversations to even jump in on before we call it a day. This one, a quick one we could do. So Peter Obi, former Labour Party presidential candidate, has described some internet fraudsters known as Yahoo Boys as geniuses who need guidance rather than condemnation, he said. Now, Obi emphasized that the individuals are creatives who lack proper direction, adding that they could contribute to innovation and national development. He was speaking in Onitsha in Anambra State on Saturday. He highlighted that while money is necessary, true wealth is based on integrity, character, and purpose. Obi said wealth could uplift individuals, and society by promoting education, reducing poverty, and creating opportunities for um, dignified lives. Some of our so-called Yahoo boys are geniuses. Who need redirection, not condemnation, he said. Now, their creativity and courage, if properly guided, can drive innovation and national development. Real wealth uplifts both the individual and society, promotes education, reduces poverty, and creates opportunities for others to live dignified lives. Well, this particular statement we make, you don't make am come under attack. People just dey blast am, dey talk am say, eh? So if they say we'll give you president, before invite Yahoo boys them to work with them, before redirect them. While some people are comparing Yahoo boys to the bandits that are giving amnesty, that is the same thing. That is the same thing. That Yahoo boys that are giving amnesty and everything, that is the same thing. That there is no difference between Yahoo boys that they give amnesty to redirect Yahoo boys and to give amnesty to Boko Haram members and all of that. While some others also think that wait, oh, that idea by P2B is actually very genius, because if you look at somehow how EBC some of these international companies, countries, and even foreign countries even operate, when I see person who EBC good for something well, even though say they use that idea wrongly, they bring in that person into the system to use that in the idea, which better their system. But let me take your reaction on it.
Precious. Nigerians are very
Thank
funny people. Nigerians are funny. Nigerians are forgetful. Nigerians are typical people. Like they say, you want to hide something from the black man, put it inside a book. And that is what Nigerians have turned into. Nigerians are quick to forget that your president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, during his campaigns, was the one who said that he was going to gather the Yahoo boys and open an institute for them. Are we forgetting that? Why have we so forgotten that? That your president said
Eh,
it during his
he
campaign.
said so.
Yes, during the
He said
campaign.
so.
He said so during his
Eh,
campaigns that he was going to use them to drive technology. So for me, I think that the problem we have is that there are people who believe that Peter Obi should never speak. Peter Obi should not talk. And if you look very well, you'll find out that the Peter Obi you had in the 2023 elections is not the same Peter Obi you have in 2025. I mean, Revival have said that, and a lot of people have said it severally, that the Peter Obi you have today is more of the real opposition. The fear of Peter Obi is the beginning of wisdom for APC. And if you look at it, the APC is not afraid of any other person. They're not afraid of Atiku. Atiku can say whatever he wants to say. They're not bothered. They're only bothered when Peter Obi speaks. And I'll tell you, if you have a government that believes in rehabilitation and reintegration of Boko Haram, terrorists, call them bandits, call them whatever name you want to call them, and not only do they integrate them back into the system, some of them are integrated into our military. And then you don't see anything wrong with it. All the while we've been talking about this whole issue of trying to, rehabilitate all these bandits and Boko Haram. I've not seen all these people who condemn people to come out to say this is wrong. Rather, they have been finding all kinds of excuses, including the times of Reno Mokri, including Daniel Buala. They've been finding excuses for us to see the reason why they're doing this. So to rehabilitate those who carry arms, who go about kidnapping people, who go about creating more IDPs, is more valuable to government than rehabilitating the young boys. We should ask ourselves a question in this country. How did we get to this level where a lot of Nigerian youths are now doing 419, are now doing Yahoo Yahoo? It is because of the bad lifestyle of the politicians. Because every youth today believes that if you want to make it, go into politics. I remember a few months back, if I'm right, I think it's the EFCC boss who came out and said that politicians are using Yahoo boys to launder money. It was on air. He said it. I also remember he said that, they arrested a young boy, a young teenager, and the way the boy entered their system, they were shocked. Obviously, if this was America, which we always want to use as reference, that young boy would definitely be employed. So Peter Obi is right. Create an enabling environment for people to survive. The reason why you see a lot of young boys going into Yahoo is because they want to survive. There is no employment, there is no money. So how do you want that? So nobody's saying that crime is good, but what he's saying is that rather than throw away the child with the dirty water, rescue the child and throw the water away. And that's the right thing to do. You can't eat your cake and have it. But I still believe that you must have empathy. You must have love to be able to rule a people. So B2B is totally wrong. He's completely right to say that it is good to rehabilitate these young boys.
All right, so some people here, unfortunately, I can't highlight my comment today, but some people here for the comment section, they try talk. See, somebody here says, yeah, Motown MC says that was what India did and became giants in the area of ICT. And Adam Sanisha said yes. Tinubu said that during his campaign at Edo State. Okay, I just want to get that feedback and then let's quickly move on. All right, but Nigerians have been dragging the president. Sorry,
Who are the Nigerians dragging Peter? Who are the
I've
Nigerians?
been
These are people that APC, these are APC rats, E-rats. All they know, see, let me tell you something. There are things I've posted on my Facebook in the last uh, 74, 84 hours. And I'll find out that the people who come there to attack it, brainless as they are, all when they finish, you will know that inside of them, they are nothing but APC. And it is so painful and sad that we're in a country where everybody is going through hell. Everybody is screaming. Everybody is shouting that things are not getting better. Things are not moving the way they should move. Yet you have people who maybe because they give them 10,000 monthly to buy data or 20,000 to buy data, they just come on air and they say what they want to say. Since Rain Omokri has been exposed by its hired friends from America in quotes, he has kept mute. But a few days ago, he left the issue on ground. He thinks Nigerians have forgotten, not knowing that Nigerians have been waiting for him. He came to say that Peter Obi said something that he shouldn't have said. And people now reminded him, Atoga, the case where you get for hand, you never settle them. People settle that one. So it's really painful and it's nauseating that those you look up to in the society as being reasonable and sensible, honestly, when you engage them, they're just useless.
Okay, well, let me just move on to other issues very quickly. So, I don't know if you remember the evangelist who was talking about graveyards and the fact that they don't tire to bury people for inside Plateau State. Say, don't be tiring. Say, they don't go continue to bury people like that. Say, every time. At that time, I think during that thing, he called out a particular toxin at them. They kill people for their place and say they don't tire to the under threat. Of course, Plateau-based cleric and regional leader um, of the Church of Christ Nations, Evangelist Ezekiel Dachomo, and I know they cry out. He has stirred reactions following a viral video in which he vowed that if he were ever kidnapped, no ransom should be paid for his release. For the video, he just did the talk. He talk say since if saying come out, come they condemn wetin dey happen for inside Plateau State and the people they wey dey attack am say But he mentioned say Fulani jihadists dem dey after am, say dem dey after am, say they don't dey kill am, but say if they talk am, if they kidnap am, make nobody pay any ransom. Say no make anybody pay any ransom. Let's quickly take a listen to what he said. I hope I can see the system is active.
We are showing them love,
Yeah, that's it.
but they didn't see. I don't know whether I'll be the next. But for me, I've already told my family, my members, if they kidnap me, nobody should contribute 1 kobo. My grave will speak. My blood will raise war that will lead to Christian liberation. That day is coming. I'm just waiting for them. Even I will tell them, please kill me quickly. Because nobody will bring kobo. And if they call home, they will tell them our daddy covenant last will that we should never pay a kobo. Please kill him. Because my blood will be useful while I'm in the grave. It will fight to finish him. And I know Jesus has approved that for me. I speak, I'll be more dangerous in the world of the dead. I will not even be in the world of the dead. I will ascend to paradise. But from paradise, I will make the Muslim uncomfortable that will lead them to repent and accept Jesus Christ as their personal Savior. That day is coming. That's my own desire of my heart. And Jesus says, I will give you the desire of your heart. God says, I will give you the desire of your heart. I want to see Muslim repenting, Fulani repenting, accepting Jesus as their personal Savior. Thank you, my brothers. God is with us. Those of you that you have supported us through the media, through the social media, God will never forsake you. God will say, I was hungry. You feed me. I was sick. You visited me and taking care of me. I was in prison. You visited me. I was wounded, persecuted. You stood by me.
Just stop am here sharply. But most
Then
importantly, here we talk. If you remember for that region where you been dey inside grave where they bury people, they shout and they talk about people who be say they cause havoc to them. So make I take a reaction. Because a lot of people they talk say the man go still die and nothing go happen. I see people they talk
I think there are certain things you listen to, and it breaks your spirit because you don't understand how another man can just wake up and decide that he has monopoly of madness, he has monopoly of stupidity, he has monopoly of aggression, and he takes another's life, believing that nothing will happen. I hope that the likes of Reno Mokri have watched this video. I hope he has watched it. This is part of what he was trying to cover up. I hope the president of Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria is also watching this video. Because I read somewhere where he came out and said there is no genocide in Nigeria. So, things are happening and we all keep, wondering to the dictates of government. It looks as if Christian leaders in Nigeria, especially the men of God, it looks as if they have become they're not part of government. I recall the late Pope, Pope Francis, my namesake. I recall what he said. He said, smell like the sheep that you are pasturing. In other words, he said to Catholic priests, he said, You move from your air-conditioned house into an air-conditioned office, into an air-conditioned church, and back into your air-conditioned house. But those who come to church, those you call your members, they are not privileged enough to move from an air-conditioned house. Rather, they move from dust into dust, back to dust. Some of them don't even have good accommodation. Some of them are not able to feed well. It says, smell like them, feel their pains. Bring yourself from your high horse and be part of those you are pasturing. But today, a lot of our men of God, they don't even care how the people feel. A lot of them are busy selling all manner of items. There was a video that has been trending the last few days. I think the guy went to Arise or which TV station, and he was shouting that he no longer wants to go to heaven. That he wants to collect his money back. He prefers to go to hell. That all the money has been investing in the church that has promised that they will take him to heaven. He doesn't want to go again. So a lot of our men of God have lost the reality of preaching Christ. They have lost the cornerstone of the word of God. What they preach today is what satisfies them. They are not different from the wicked politicians we have out there. We have senators who are Christians. We have honorable members who are Christians. What are they saying? What are they saying about the killing of Christians in the north?
But the federal government, the honorable members, the northern wing of the Christian Association of Nigeria, Sultan of Sokoto, all of them don't come and come talk. Say, in fact, Sultan say nothing like any killing from anywhere. Say, no
Precious, hold your breath.
Meanwhile,
Precious,
others they talk. Say,
Precious, hold your breath.
killing happen everywhere. Say both
Precious,
Christians and
hold your breath.
Okay, sir.
The revered and highly respected Sultan of Sokoto, honestly speaking, he's one of those leaders in the north that I have a lot of reverence. But honestly, for me, right, with the things he said in recent times, I'm beginning to ask myself, how did we get it wrong? If a particular group of people or a particular sect is killing people of a different sect, what do you call that? What do you call it? If the Muslims decide to go and kill the Muslims, just like you're having the issue going on between Sharia law and federal law, the Sharia law is not applicable to a non-Sharia, a non-Muslim. But these days, they want to cross that boundary. So this for me, it's not about what any sultan says. The question we should be asking is, who are these people responsible for killing? What faith do they belong to? What religions do they belong to? And then if you check across the people that have been killed, Precious, out of every 10 people that are killed, statistics shows that 8 of them are Christians. And that is the worry. That is why people are worried. And that is why people are saying government needs to be proactive in dealing with these situations. This government came into power on the 29th of May 2023. We are thought that by now, all IDP camps would have been dismantled. That those who were living in IDP camps would have gone back to their homes, to their ancestral homes. But nothing of such. Nothing of such. And who are these people who are occupying these ancestral homes? Why are they not being flushed out? So when people say there is killing of Christians, it is because those who are killing them are not their faith. They're not. How many Muslims do you see them kill? I think that it's a mind game. So that they'll say, no, they cannot be saying only Christian. Go and burn the mosque. Because if you ask me, why would they go and kill a Muslim? Why would they go and bomb the mosque? It doesn't make sense. I don't know if they're telling me now that in Islam, in Islam, there are those who have become infidels as they call Christians infidels.
All right. So, interestingly, somebody sent a message to the comment section. Say that they call them takia for Islam. Sorry, takia for Islam. And I just checked it out. Takia, according to Google, it says takia is an Islamic concept that allows a person to conceal their religious beliefs and practice. And practice them in secret to protect themselves from harm, oppression, or death. It's a form of dissimulation that can be used when one's life, property, or community is under threat. Concealment of protection for protection, variation in interpretation. Even though I know that I've heard people talk about this before, they talk say, "Oh, this for Islam means say that will be your true intent, no talk about. You could just talk say na lie, so that to deceive your opponent." I've heard people say that's what it means, but I don't know, really, because I'm not a Muslim, so I can't really tell. Do you think it may be there may be anything like that? I know we're both not Muslims anyway, but I don't know if you've heard anything like that, sir.
Well, for me, I just think that those who go around killing Muslims and burning mosques, they're just trying to, those are just collateral damage. That is what it is.
Mm.
Yes. Let us be honest with ourselves. You can't wake up from sleep and you arm yourself and you go into a place occupied by your non-religious members and you start killing them. What is that? Genocide. Is there any other better way to define genocide? That's what it is. So anybody that is trying to defend it, anybody that is trying to paint it in another way, is not being sincere. And what do the Nigerian people ask of their government? Sincerity of purpose. Be sincere to us. Tell us the truth. We don't go crawl, we don't go run, we don't go. Nothing when this ear go here, when it go fall down from where it is. And that is all we're saying. Chibok girls, are they Muslims? How
All
many
right,
of them
sir.
are
And because
Muslims?
of sorry, sir.
Go ahead.
Dapchi to that's where Leah Sharibu is still from Dapchi Girls. All right, so moving on to
Okay.
other stuff. In Lagos State, we hear say confusion and outrage now happened yesterday evening. You don't overlook Oworoshoki community for Lagos after more than 70 residential buildings were demolished at Ijelero Ososa Extension and Tuluwalase Streets. Barely days after a Lagos State High Court order restrained the state government and its agencies from carrying out any further demolition in the area. Now, in ruling delivered on October 23, 2025, Justice A.J. Balogun of the Lagos State High Court in Ikeja in suit that granted an interim injunction restraining the Lagos State government, the Attorney General, the Commissioner for Physical Planning and Urban Development, and the Lagos State Building Control Agency, whether by themselves, their servants, agents, privies, contractors, or assigned from any other place, from continuing with the demolition of properties allegedly belonging to members of the Itesiwaju Ajumoni community, community development association, right? But that will not even stop them. They don't go through now because we hear say 72 hours. In fact, it just after the ruling, and so they don't carry bulldozer, go bulldoze it in again. So people are now crying, shouting for their help. The eyewitnesses said the demolition team operated under the cover of darkness for nights, pulling down structures that had been spared in early phases. People are crying out and saying our homes were demolished in the middle of the night without warning, despite court injunction. Please, people slept outside in the cold with their children. This is inhumane, lamented a distraught landlord, Mr. Adewale. Another heavily pregnant resident who identified herself simply as Adelike described the experience as traumatic. They told us, quoting her, she said, they told us the court had stopped the demolitions. So we stayed, but around 1 a.m., bulldozers came again. I ran out barefoot with my children. We lost everything, all our belongings, she said tearfully. Leaders of the Tesiwaju Ajumoni CDA condemned the demolitions as a violation of the rule of law and the betrayal of public trust, insisting that the compensation or remuneration had been carried out. I'm sorry, no compensation or remuneration has been carried out before this happened. In fact, he did one particular man said, as I yeah, said they even carry police, everything that the Lagos they carried Lagos State Task Force resumed, and while they resumed the demolition, they were in fact there was violence because they carried police and thugs joined together to go for the demolition, and people were practically crying for their lives and crying for their properties. Some people said they were beating up. Now listen to this man. I had to blur it because of YouTube policies, but you could clearly see the level of damage.
They start beating me. They carry stone, they carry stick, they carry everything. With tear gas. I'm a citizen of Nigeria. I'm from Lagos State. They start beating me. They carry stone, they carry stick, they carry everything. With tear gas, look at what they did to me. I'm a citizen of Nigeria. I'm from Lagos State.
This is heartbreaking.
Tomorrow the Lagos State government will come out and tell you that they're not aware. They're not the ones who did the demolition. You remember the demolition that happened at Trade Fair. The Lagos State government has been trying to deny that they were not the ones responsible for that demolition. And then I asked, why is it that, well, let me simply say this. Nigeria is a country sliding gradually on a daily basis into a banana republic. And who are those responsible? The government officials. Government officials are responsible for what is happening in the country. Because when you cannot obey court order, when you have no respect for the judiciary, then the country is like going down the drains. The federal government has been in the forefront of disobeying court orders. So it is not a new thing to the state governors to do the same. The local government chairman will also join. And as I said, what happens at the top always figures down to the bottom. It's very, very unfortunate that Nigeria has become a country where even to demolish houses, you come in the night like a thief in the night. And then you carry armed policemen with live bullets, tear gas. The Lagos State government is pushing people. They are pushing the society, the citizens to the wall. This is not how things are done in civilized clime. This is not how things are done. Because when you demolish structures in the night or in the early hours of the day, then it means that you don't have value for the lives of the people. You don't have value for their lives. This is the most pathetic and painful story anyone can think about. It shows you how uncaring, how unloving that your government has become. And this is what a lot of us worry about when we talk about, the fact that the rule of law, in quotes, is not obeyed in Nigeria. But come to think about it, I still don't blame anybody. I blame the judiciary, who have allowed themselves to be dragged into politics. If we had a responsible and self-accounting judiciary, all these things will not happen. Even though we have been told several that the three tiers of government are working independent of each other, but it's not. It's really, really unfortunate. It is not. Things are going from bad to worse every day in this country. And it is high time that those who have elected or those who have selected themselves into the National Assembly need to wake up. They need to wake up. Even those who have been elected at the state level, House of Assembly, they too need to speak out, except they are conniving with the executive arm of government to close their eyes, just as the judiciary has closed its eyes to the pains the Nigerian people are going through.
Prince Francis Chilakasa, do you know they even tear gassed them? They tear
But
gassed them.
still, the Nigerian police have not learned. Precious, they have not learned. If the Nigerian police have learned, they will never wish for a repeat of NSAS. They will never hope for it. So the Nigerian police needs to learn. They need to understand how best to approach the people. Not everything they do with Garagara. Garagara, no, they win everything. The IGP of police needs to be on top of his game. Earlier today, we were talking about, the fact that there are too many checkpoints between Seme and Maitu. The controller of customs has come out to say he's only approving 2 checkpoints on that axis. But the police has close to 30 checkpoints. And the IGP of police have not said anything. He has not even tried to reciprocate what the CG of customs has done. So it shows you how everybody is working at variance. People don't care. Those in government, they don't care. But they also forget that tomorrow, they too will get out of power. And when they get out of power, they come and join the bloody civilians, and they will also feel the pain of the bloody civilians. This is the height of wickedness. Demolishing people's houses in the middle of the night.
1 a.m. 1
People,
pregnant women, children had to sleep outside.
What would have happened if all the young youths decide to say, we are ready to die with you today? How many are they? How many children do they have? How many life of the children do they have? But you look at it, the people, despite being pushed, despite being harassed, they are still the ones maintaining calm. And that is why I say that Nigeria is a failed state, but for the residents of the people. If not, we would have had chaos in our hands. But the people are the ones who have refused to unleash the demon in them. The police, the judiciary, the government, they are all taking advantage of the people. When they watch their back, that's what they're asking for. When they go shell, nobody will be free.
So Femi Falana don't condemn the thing, talk saying in fact an insult to the judiciary. He accused the Lagos state government of gross contempt and flagrant disobedience of valid court order following
Precious, don't go far. You recall the case of Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes, I do.
You remember what the appeal court said? The appeal court acquitted him. Was that judgment ever executed?
Yes.
The judgment of the appeal court that set Nnamdi Kanu free, was it ever executed? Did the federal government at that time, led by the late Buhari, did they allow that judgment to see the light of day? What did the judiciary do? And so today you see, Nnamdi Kanu says he has sacked all his legal team, and he wants to defend himself. And you see some nonchalant, people who don't understand ABCD, saying that Nnamdi Kanu is dragging. He doesn't want to. No. There's a question of jurisdiction that has not been answered by the court. Because I hear from lawyers that the law under which Nnamdi Kanu is being charged has been repealed. So how can you use something that has been repealed to charge somebody? And each time he raises this question, it's like, don't talk about it. That is the problem of this country. Oh, don't talk about it. Don't say this, don't say that. So you don't get picked. They don't arrest you. How many people would they arrest? When the people stop to speak truth to power, this country will turn upside down. And we don't pray for that.
right, God forbid.
APC
Okay.
government came into power via protest. But today they're asking Nigerians not to protest. You're beating the child and you're telling the child not to cry. What kind of madness is that? So I expect that, Governor Sanwo-Olu should call his people to order. Because the way
All right, so
when
let's.
I tell you for free that I feel that tomorrow people going to the island must be very careful because of traffic. Because I suspect that these young men come on the street tomorrow. So anybody going towards that axis, watch your back.
All right, so moving on. Well, President Bola Tinubu government, don't attribute the recent drop in food prices across the country. I don't know whether you don't drop away for your part of town, but according to this report, you don't attribute them to increased local production, targeted interventions, and commitment to harvest season. I don't know the kind of local production
But
you
when
dey
last did you buy gala? Before you go further, make I ask a question. Go and buy gala.
Sir,
The small beef in the gala, it
250 naira.
has disappeared.
You know they
It
again,
has
and 250
disappeared.
naira. 250 naira for one gala. It's shocking.
With the 250 you're buying it, the beef inside has gone.
Gala used to be like something that you just jump on very quickly when you don't on the
How
go,
much is
something
a
to just
bottle of
relax
soft
to buy.
drink?
500 plus. If it's not 600 now here, I don't buy.
You see, when the government comes out to say prices are dropping because of production, I bet which farmers they enter bush? Is it the farmers that are paying money to bandits? Is it the farmers that are being threatened by bandits every now and then? Is it the farmers that the government cannot secure their lives and their farmlands? So what are we talking about? Everybody will be happy if the price of goods come down. But the government knows where it is paying the people most. If you bring down the price of petrol tomorrow to 400 naira, precious, I am telling you, the price of everything will come down automatically. But if the government is talking about production, I don't know where they do the production. They need to tell us where they're doing the production. Because as you speak now, to clear a 40-feet container is expensive. Today, people were complaining bitterly. So please, when government comes to say prices are dropping and they're giving, this government will give you 1,001 reasons. And then they have their e-rats already, their fingers are all their fingers are even faster than those of the Yahoo boys. Yes, because all they do is to wait. Once they chunk out something in that APC platform, they just need to distribute. Sometimes they don't even read. Most of them don't read. They don't even know what they're circulating. So I bet government should be more proactive in dealing with the issue of price control in the country. You cannot control the price of what you are not producing. Even the one you are producing. Why is it that NNPC is not controlling price of petrol? Why is it that it's Dangote that is announcing price every now and then? What is wrong with NNPC? Why are they not in the forefront of dictating the price?
You didn't hear that APC is saying now. Sorry, just say APC. NNPC they talk say landed price don't reduce well, so you don't make imported fuel cheaper than Dangote one now.
So NNPC too is importing fuel. Are they not ashamed? With all the money that has been put into that moribund facility that they used to deceive us in the later days of Buhari's administration, that they were carrying journalists up and down. Some journalists who don't have it say that their own is, oh yes, master. Anywhere belle face. Those journalists who told us NNPC is working, where are they today? Why are they not speaking out? Why have they not decided to go on a confirmation trip? That's what they should do. We should stop this whole idea of trying to use propaganda and politics in everything we do. It doesn't work. The government needs to come out clean. to talk to the Nigerian people so that Nigerian people will understand
All
where
right.
they're headed.
All right, so talking about coming out clean, I don't know whether you hear waiting happen. A drug party will happen for inside Lagos State, where they talk say one um, um, Mike Mwako will be pretty Mike for inside in club. So the NDLEA got into the club that Sunday early morning and arrested the owner of the club and everybody waiting for inside the club. For inside a statement, spokesperson for NDLEA, Femi Babafemi, announced that the arrests were made during a raid at Proxy Night Club. So, talked about the location in Victoria Island. Lagos NDLEA operatives in the early hours of Sunday, October 26th, raided Proxy Night Club at 7 da 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 da. Over 100 suspects. Say because there were a drug party that was going on. Say they will do drug party. They said over 100 suspects, including the owner of the club, Mike Wale and Wong, alias Pretty Mike, were arrested and taken into custody for screening. So they will screen all of them blood to know whether drug they have or not. It added cartons of illicit substances, including loud and laughing gas, were recovered from suspects at the party and the club store. According to NDLEA, the raid followed intelligence gathered about the drug party, which it sent. That's why it sent its men rather to observe as participants, and then the men contacted to see they happen, so they busted in on them. Bottom line, they are currently under investigation. However, this particular one don't raise a lot of controversy because of the way they conduct the operations, and then a lot of people also talk. Say, excuse me, what exactly goes on across all the clubs in Nigeria? Why this particular club, because I mean you should start with all the clubs in Nigeria, Q logs, the rest of them. This kind of things go on back to back to back. She be lawmaker Ned, tell her saying wife, they they do drug, now it's top up. That means he's always known that she's on drug. He's always known what did he do about it
Precious,
as a
you
lawmaker.
know, we
Sir, let me let you
we
react
know
first.
we in Nigeria, rather than address an issue and bring a closure to it, we now begin to look for who did this before. If they don't do it for me, why did they not do it for that person? The NDLEA that I know because I work closely with them, they don't just wake up and go and bust a place. They have their intel.
Yes, they said according to information. That's what they said.
Yeah,
They
we
said
have
according
their.
to
So
information.
anybody mentioning other clubs, have you provided intel to NDLEA
Hmm.
when such parties are holding and they didn't go to
Hmm.
bust them? You see, what is playing out is that we have lost it morally in the society. It's unfortunate that some of Nigerian socialites, some of Nigerian celebrities, as they are called, they have nothing to celebrate about them.
Ew.
A lot of them no longer carry that ambience of role model for our younger generation. Because the truth of the matter is that from what is playing out, it is obvious that a lot of them are doing drugs. So in other words, the money that they are showcasing every now and then, that is why it is not good to envy somebody who do not have good information about how he has made his money. It could have been a ritualist, it could have been a drug baron, it could have been a thief, it could have been a kidnapper. When Evans was 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 all over the place, did anybody believe he was a kidnapper? So those who should become role models for the upcoming youths, upcoming Nigerians, they are not. They don't even have what they can't even model themselves. This Pretty Mike, if you notice, he has always been in the news for the wrong thing. If you remember, there was a time he was going to a party and he got ladies dressed up and as if they're dogs. And then tomorrow you say that will become your son's role
That's the
model.
style. That's the style. Controversy. All right, sir.
So for me, I don't. For
But
me,
one
I want to give
thing when you
kudos.
very
Let me
worrisome.
finish. I want to give kudos to the NDLEA. Honestly, General Buba Marwa has one of the best teams, and they're doing so much. But then, when we look at it and we look at the clemency granted by Mr. President, to some people who are known drug lords, you ask yourself, which way Nigeria? And that's why some people are saying that, don't worry, this one that NDLEA has busted them, they hand them over to the police. Now phone call, they go say make you release them, case will die. But then it also shows you that if people are now beginning to have what they call drug party, Precious, do you know the effect of that in our society? We're still battling with area boys, conductors, bus drivers who drink all manner of things at the bus stops. And then imagine what happens if drug is brought into it. That is going to be nothing but catastrophe.
All right, so just a bit about politics again. What is going on with ADC really? Because a lot of people don't talk. See, for instance, ADC for Adamawa State, they get problem. Two factions. Kebbi State, the same thing. Scattered across most states, and they get issues. What's going on with ADC?
Let me quote.
Your brother don't talk.
Let me say this with ADC, and I was told the same line with what's his name now, Yunusa. He said something one time. He said that the reason why people are fighting for position is because they know that the structure the structure has come to stay. So the in-house fighting of position you see across states is now people are coming to the realization that ADC is becoming a party to reckon with. It is normal. It is normal that some people would want to usurp the present status quo. Some people will want to be recognized and all of that. But this is politics. It is normal. So we're just hoping that, all of these shenanigans will help the party to come out stronger and get ready for the 2027 elections. Even though the National Assembly is working so hard to ensure that the elections hold in November 2026. But we all know that our timetable, the original timetable, is for February 2027. So let's watch and see. And then, I would say this. ADC, you want to have a good run for Mr. President, you want to challenge the status quo. You guys should think as if there is no box. Those who are selling that concept or those ideas of saying, put a North against the South, I am telling you, it is going to be a protest vote. And before you even say Jack Robinson, Bola Ahmed Tinubu has won the election. Go and write it down.
But say ADC they think say once some people think say or people they talk say they think. I think Dr. Kacha said it here before that they feel like if Peter Obi contest and Tinubu contest and maybe Goodluck Ebele Jonathan contest and say it would be unfair for them the ADC to also field a southern candidate. So the best option for them is a northern candidate so that Tinubu and the rest of people could divide the southern candidates, the southern votes, while them they could get all the northern votes. So to them they feel like that maths.
Today,
you think it's not mathematics?
Today, PDP is in limbo. Do you know why PDP is in limbo? PDP is in limbo because of that singular decision they took to field Atiku Abubakar 2023. I'm telling you the gospel truth. They know. If PDP had zoned their ticket to the south and persuaded somebody like Peter Obi to come back to the party, I am telling you, between you and I, this election would have been won long ago. So those people who have that mentality, that mindset, say, let Peter Obi go to another party, let Atiku contest. See, at that 8 million votes, at 6 point something million votes, when Atiku get for the last election, if he get 2,000 votes, make it go clap for himself.
Why? No, no, no.
I'm telling you,
Princess
see, we
Chikasa.
must begin to tell ourselves the truth
No,
in this
no.
country. A man like Atiku that I have so much regards and respect for should become an elder statesman. He should go and race. He should go and support Peter Obi. That's what he should do. If you want to take over 2027 and you decide as a political party to field an article for 2027, I am telling you as I sit down here, me myself, I will vote for Tinubu. And that's the truth.
Thank you. Nigerians, phone lines are open. I don't know if we can take one or two calls, but in the absence of that, we can just have to call it a day. Thank you so much, Prince Francis Chiladi.
All
It's
right,
been
good. Good
awesome
night. Good
having you. Thank you so
night.
much. Good night. Thank you so much.
Go and sleep.
Do enjoy the
The
rest of
night
your
is fast spent.
day. I'm going. I'm going. Thank you. So thank you, Nigerians. I appreciate you guys for being part of the show. Sorry we had to do a quick one because we came on board very late. I'll see you again tomorrow evening, God willing. And hopefully next tomorrow I'll let you in on what will happen. I love you for now. Protect your mental health because wahala, no they finish at all at all. Yeah. Take care of yourself. See you tomorrow evening. Good night and God bless you.